Greetings everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna discuss and we're gonna talk about or make like a bit of a video essay of, do I think this Silent Hill revival would be a success or would it flop and would be a complete basically declaration of the franchise? Well, we have been, we're basically now almost halfway through the Silent Hill revival when it comes to things. We have now basically 2 out of the 5 or 6 things that Silent Hill related. If you guys did not know this, back last year, back about last year, I would say, or 2 years ago, around 2022, when Silent Hill kind of came back in the whole conference, we got introduced to a lot of things, from having a bunch of games like Ascension, Silent Hill 2 Remake, F, Downpour, and a movie. Then we have the short message, Silent Hill Sakura, that Ito was teasing us basically the year before. It was an interesting concept and it became the short message we know today. Now, 2 out of the, 2 now? Out of the games has been actually 2 of the Silent Hill games from the revived Silent Hill games are there, and we still got more left. We still don't know about F, we still don't know about Downpour. To this day, we still don't know what this was, but we know a bit about Silent Hill 2 Remake, and we don't know about the movie. So, do I think this has been a successful run? Yes and no. It has been. Yes, it's been a successful run. Downpour, the short message demo has been downloaded over 2 million people. So, over 2 million users have been downloading. As of now, it might increase within maybe a few weeks. It might be 3 million after this video has been posted, maybe. It might be. Who knows? It might be more, maybe a lot more, but probably maybe 4 million. Who knows how much it's gonna be? How much are gonna be in terms of users of playing it? I have never played, but I've seen gameplay, and I think it's pretty good. And it has been received mixed reception from not only normal Silent Hill fans, but hardcore fans as well. Has been received a bit of mixed reaction. Some people liked the revival and they enjoyed the revival. Others already gave up on Ascension. Some don't care about it, which we don't know what side of the coin you're in. I think has been a fun ride so far. It's been a very good ride. We didn't hit any bumpy road, but it was a bit of a bumpy road at the beginning with Ascension, but it got good with the short message. I think it was pretty good, and it was pretty nice and all. And everyone's entitled with their own opinion, because I've been hearing from both sides of the coin very much often with Silent Hill, other than other survival horror franchises. Well, but with Resident Evil, I definitely did hear mixed reaction sometimes, but a bit in the positive, but a little bit less in the negative. But in Silent Hill, it's kind of a bit of the opposite to some degree. But most of the time, I see a lot of people are open arms with the revival of this franchise. So we still got these games. Then, do I think it's going to succeed? Well, it's up to Konami and how they can handle with the games and the production of the games and the release dates. I've said this in my Silent Hill 2 combat trailer. I've mentioned how, those games deserve a lot more time to develop, the polish, and everything. And I think it's pretty cool to have multiple companies and multiple people, the multiple branches making the Silent Hill games, so they can maybe find someone or a game company that's very reliable and it's all gonna be depending on the performance and the rate and like the performance of the game, and depending on the maybe like the score or people fan reception. And of course, to get with the most fan reception, they're gonna use that as the new company and everything. So, which I'm down with it, but I kind of been wish myself like I wish there were like all Japanese companies making those games, because the Westerns, when it comes to horror in the Western compared to Japanese, and this is just me, Japanese horror, if a game made by Japanese people, full-fledged Japanese people, I think is gonna be great. I think it's gonna be wonderful. But when it comes to like Westerns, they kind of like saying they have like the basic jump out and scare you kind of shit, you know, kind of like the boring like, oh, jump, like, you know, something jumps out at you and scare the shit out of you type of shit. You know, you're seeing on Five Nights at Freddy's and, you know, games like Slender Man, all that kind of stuff. That's, you know, kind of like trendy ones, you know what I'm saying? Those trendy ones. So I definitely I wish they would have like more Japanese developers make the game, even though there are some Japanese people like working on this few projects, especially in Silent Hill 2 Remake. They have Masahiro Ito and Akira Yamaoka make, you know, being like part of the Silent Hill 2 project, and they're really kind of hands-on with the project. So it's pretty cool. I don't want to give my hopes up real fast or like real quick, or just saying giving up on Silent Hill or Konami, because at this point Konami are basically rebuilding their reputation, and the reputation for the last decade hasn't been nice. It's been murky, and it's been very, very bad. It hasn't been pleasant, I would say. Most likely I would say it wasn't pleasant. So this is kind of their chance to, you know, reinvent themselves and kind of go back to the gaming fold, which I am fully down with that, and I'm hopefully looking forward to it. Not only for Silent Hill, but for Metal Gear Solid, but it's not a Metal Gear Solid video. This is a Silent Hill video, full-fledged. So it's only time will tell if this is gonna be a good revival. Because keep in mind, the Silent Hill series hasn't been in the spotlight for over a decade, and the last time it was in the spotlight was PT, which is almost 10 years ago. And I know that a lot of people, including myself, want to see PT come in some way, shape, or form, but Kojima is no longer a Konami. Kojima is now doing his own thing right now. So having like PT, like, you know, having like short messages like kind of been inspiring by PT is pretty cool, and I think it's a really good thing. And I know a lot of people are not a fan of the first-person horror game, because I personally think first-person horror game has been overused to death and overdone to death right now. But, and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically up to you. If you're not a fan of first-person horror or first-person kind of horror feel of the Silent Hill games, the short message is not for you. The short message is mostly story-related, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Silent Hill's main core element is symbolism, story, and characters. These and atmosphere. These are the four core things about the series that make the series, you know, what it is. It's not the gameplay. And I've said this many times, I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Gameplay is not what made me drawn into the series as a young child. So all I have to say is only time will tell if this remake, if this revival would be a success or would be a flop. And hopefully within 5 years or 4 years, I don't know how long it is, hopefully I'll make a video and say if this revival been a success or fail. With Silent Hill 2 Remake on the horizon at this point, it's gonna be on the horizon, and it's gonna be like released soon. Hopefully by this year, and hopefully making a playthrough of, and hopefully definitely looking forward to the newer titles, which are gonna be very intriguing, and hopefully Konami can be kind enough to give us demos of all these games, because I think it would be an amazing idea for them dropping demos of those so I can play them and tell my opinion of how it is and what to improve and whatever. And I am very excited for the Silent Hill Revival. And for those who are fans of the series and already, want to jump off the wagon already, which is, I was like, that makes like no sense. I would advise to just be very patient. Be very open-minded, because a lot of people nowadays in the gaming community are so close-minded. They just go, if they just do like one thing, they think that the whole thing is shit, which is a bad mindset, if you ask me. Very bad mindset. That makes you just basically, you alone killed your own like enjoyment of the Revival or any game. It could go for any game as well. So yeah, in conclusion of this video, hopefully this Revival goes very well, and hell, if Silent Hill 2 Remake succeeded, it will open the door for remakes of 1 and 3 and 4, remaking the franchise, as well hearing rumors of saying that the classic games will gonna be having a remastered port, or having like a master collection similar to Metal Gear Solid. So it's a pretty cool thing to just like to hear that rumor, and I hope this gets true, and hopefully it releases soon enough. So yeah. So what do you think? Do you think that this will be a successful revival of the series? Or it should be, I think it's better off the series to stay dead and stay like just not making new games and just stay just dead forever. It's up to you, really. So leave it down in the comments what you think. And that's the end of the video. If you like this video, share, favorite, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.